Welcome back, Dynamic Gang. If you're new to the channel, you already know what to do. What you laughing about? What you laughing about?
Mom, stop!
Nah, boo. What are you laughing about?
Cut!
Cut what? Okay, well, anyway, listen. The reason why we're making this video is because we went to GameStop today and we bought a toy. And what toy did we buy?
It's not what you're thinking about. It's
Okay.
a legit toy.
Well, that's why I said GameStop, but I don't know what toy you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So anyway, to make a long story short, this is my partner in crime. She's the one who, not that it enables me, but she supports me in my buying the toys. And, again, the whole reason that you support me is because eventually we're going to make money on these toys, right?
Yes. I'm looking at it from the business perspective of it.
Okay. So it's not that you bought the toy because you wanted to. You bought it because you saw dollar signs.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, why don't you open it up and show everybody what you got at GameStop? What we got at GameStop.
We got...
And I think the receipt's in there if you want to pull it out and just, So, we're going to start off by saying this was on clearance. And the clearance was like 50% off. So, this was like $104. Then it went down to $93. And then we got it for... How much did we get it for? How much was that?
$51.
Can you show me? Can you show me what that is? Let's see. Okay, so that's how much it was. Now, can you show the toy what it is?
It's a Jurassic Park collaboration with Transformers.
Okay, now as a collector, the first thing that I would look for is detail. I would look at if I like the whole kind of premise behind it, like the Jurassic Park and Transformers. Of course, I like Transformers. I grew up in the 80s. Who doesn't? But you didn't do that, right? You got it because why?
It's on clearance. It's half off. So I'm looking at dollar signs. If anything, you're gonna make your money off it again, either breaking even or not. Not more.
Okay, so now my whole question is to you is, so the reason why you got it is because of you're thinking that it was cheaper, but it was also because you said you get 2 robots for the price of
Half the price.
Right. So then it's like $25
Exactly.
for each.
Right.
Okay.
So to me, that's a good deal.
Okay, so why don't you put it on the table real quick? All right. So as a collector, this is what we would look for. We would look for the conditions of the box. Of course, this was the best condition of the boxes, right? There was 3 other ones, right?
Yeah.
So the other boxes were kind of...
Yeah, the plastic wrap was like cracked in both of them.
All right. And, if you're trying to resell this, then you have to make sure the packaging and everything else is pretty much good.
Pristine.
Right. And so as a collector, the first thing that I look for is the sellable market back to it, right? So I would look for any dings. Of course, there's going to be slight, dings with the corners and whatnot, but you try to get the best looking box. So, as a person that this is like your first real major purchase with a toy, how did you feel?
Felt good about the price point, definitely. Like I said, with $51, you're getting 2 toys. So, to me, that was a good deal.
But that's it. You weren't thinking about like, oh my God, the detail on the Rex is good. I mean, you actually said the detail on the Rex was good, though.
Yeah, details especially on the face, is pretty good.
And this is the Autobot car that transforms into a robot, and this is the Tyrannicon Rex. So I got a couple more questions for you. So would you make any more purchases in the future on your own, or like do you feel confident enough that if you were to go by yourself to some place and the toys and stuff that you grew up with, or not that you grew up with because you said in your country you didn't really have you weren't allowed to have a certain amount of toys because they were really expensive. But would you feel confident enough to buy this stuff on your own, or would you just wait to go out with me? Or
I'd probably just wait to go out with you because that's more your forte than mine. If anything, like I said, I'm not looking at it from a collector's point of view. I'm looking at it from, a business point of view where later on down the line that we can, definitely make our money back, if not more.
Right. And in my opinion, I like Jurassic Park as a movie, but not so much as merchandise. Like, that I don't own anything with Jurassic Park. This is my first Jurassic Park that I bought, and in this perspective, you were that person that gave me that push, because I really wasn't sold on the toy, because I like Jurassic Park as a movie, but as merchandise, dinosaurs are so cliche to me. It's like up there with pirates, but there are people who like pirates, there's people who like dinosaurs. But in my opinion, I wouldn't have got this if it wasn't for you telling me, like, hey, listen, it's on clearance, you're not going to get it at a better price.
I just feel like the collaboration between Jurassic Park and Transformers are pretty cool. I don't see that often.
Okay.
I think it's a one of a kind piece. One of a kind piece.
And you can see that it's exclusively only the GameStop, this kind of toy. And again, it's Hasbro. You can tell it's the authentic one because of the manufacturing, because there are counterfeits out there, but you can see that everything on this box is legit. And like I said, you got it at GameStop. Is there anything else you want to add about the toy? Or so, and as a person who now understands about like why I collect the toys and whatnot, it is also to relive my childhood, but at the same time, it's also, when we get to a certain age, we can actually resell that, and there is money to be made in that. So from your point of view, this was like an investment.
That's the only way I look at it.
All right. Well, and there you have it. So we pretty much discussed that one of the main reasons why we got that today is because we got it from a business point of view. It was also on clearance. And, I was also helped by my wife, and I couldn't have done it without her because I wasn't sold on the toy. But she made a very good point. It was clearance. It was like pretty much you're getting 2 robots for $50, and it's Transformers. You know how expensive HasLab is. You know how expensive Toys R Us. Transformers are, and I probably wouldn't have did it. I probably wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for her. But again, as a business point of view, this is what she discussed, and she's right. So as a collector, I'm not 100% sold on it. I mean, the details look great, but I'm not a Jurassic Park merchandise fan. I'm a Jurassic Park movie fan, if that makes sense. Like, I'll watch the movies and everything else, and I might rock a t-shirt here and there, but as a person who wants to collect Jurassic Park toys, no. But Transformers, I've always loved Transformers. Anybody who's a toy collector has some form of at least one Transformers in their collection, and it's very collectible to certain buyers. So with that being said, I want to thank my wife. I want to thank everybody. I also want to thank the viewers and the whole Dynamic Gang family for taking the time out of their day to sit down and watch this video. We're going to go back over and we're going to talk about the details. And as far as I'm concerned, it looks like it's very detailed. But again, I wouldn't have purchased this if it was full price. I don't think Jurassic Park had that big of an effect on me where I'm like, oh my God, I gotta have that. So we're going to look at the details one last time, and that'll be it for the video. So babe, is that it? All right, so now we're gonna go over the detail. So, okay, so as you can see the box, we're looking for any of the damages. I know I said this in the beginning, but now we're gonna do a full in-depth looking over the box and the corners. Looks pretty good. It's all sealed. There's really no damage. There's no rips. The cardboard looks pretty good. The plastic that it's in, it's a little wavy, but I mean, I guess like all the rest of the boxes had that, so I wouldn't say it's water damage. It could just be the way it was stored. There are scuff marks on the packaging. And this is all stuff that you want to look for when you're buying a toy, because if you're thinking about reselling it, that does decrease the value. So even though I bought it for half the price, and there's a little bit of scuffs on the side and in the corners, you know, that's definitely going to decrease the price, the value. So, but as a toy of a whole, it looks pretty good. It's detailed. You know, my wife said she likes the way that it looks. It looks just like it was a T-Rex. The car, as you can see, we can go a little more in detail. The car looks pretty good. Again, we're not going to open it. There's no way to open it without ripping the packaging, because the tape they use is horrendous, and then you'd have to cut it with a knife. But as you can see, they have both of the robots right there. That's the bad one, which is the Rex, and the car, which is the Autobot. So the packaging is pretty good. Again, over here, we're going to look at the corners. This one is a little beat up. So when I go to sell this, that is going to affect the value of it. But there was only 3 boxes of these. So it was only 3 choices, really. So this was the best choice out of all of the other boxes. So again, we're going to look at the tape on this side, and it looks pretty good. So there's a lot of counterfeits out there, so what you want to make sure that it has this on top, along with the Hasbro logo. And you can see right here, it's a little scuffed up, but other than that, yeah. So this was $104.99 retail price at GameStop, and then they dropped it down to $93.99, and then another half off of the clearance, and then it came down to 51. Right, 51 and 3 cents. You can see that. So, and that's along with the. All right. Well, thank you again, and until the next video.